I have found myself in the most deadliest place there is known to man for my bank account, and that is I took my mum to the garden centre. She wanted to get something for her cat to be buried in, bless her heart. And yeah, I found flowers, loads of beautiful flowers in there. I could have brought the whole lot home with me. So what's it done? It's given me that urge, that motivation, just get home and be like, oh, I can have a nice garden. I can have a nice garden and I will have a nice garden. So that's what my intention is today, is to clean it up, sort everything out, get a nice big tip pile ready for the tip, and make some changes. I'm going to be putting up a fence. I'm putting a fence up. I'm going to be painting the fence. I'm going to be extending my patio area, and just pulling up endless weeds, pruning my roses, watering my roses, and just making everything look really nice out here. And it has come out really, really nice. I'm so chuffed. I keep walking out the back door like, oh, I did that. I did it. And I love it. I just love it so much. But I do want to mention something before I continue. So I have stumbled across a YouTube channel that I flipping love. Like, I've watched so many of her videos now. Like, it's kind of like the only things I really watch on YouTube are paranormal channels. I love a bit of Dad Challenge podcast every now and again. Can't have too much of it. It gets a bit much, especially it's people I don't know. But this channel I really, really love, because I feel like she's just someone I could spend all day with, and probably all night. You know, we could just chill out, hang out, girls having fun. And I will link her channel down below, but go check her out. She is called Mrs Leanne Jones, and I've just been loving her channel. I really have. Like, her meals of the week. Oh, yes. They're sort of the sort of meals that we do here. So it's nice to see. And it's nice to see different variations of how it's done, or different ingredients that might be used. And I've been loving it. I've really been loving it. And I think she just comes across as such a wonderful person. So yeah, I did say that from now on, if I'm ever going to recommend a channel, I will be very careful, and I will make sure I've had a good intake of that channel. I've consumed them. Well, I've been consuming Mrs Leanne Jones because I've been loving it. So yeah, the link is down below if you want to have a look. I have gone and got these beautiful flowers. I'm going to have to go quickly and stop my voiceover and get the little label for them, because I can't remember what they're called. And if I can't pronounce it, you can have a good giggle. Okay, so it's Geum. Geum? Is that how you pronounce it? Totally tangerine. And they're brilliant. They're pollinators, so they are brilliant for bumblebees, and they're easy to maintain. So yes, I'll take that. And I've also got, same name, Geum, however you pronounce it, Scarlet Tempest, the red ones. I'm like, yes. Also really good for bumblebees as well. I also picked up some salvias. So I've been saying for ages how I wanted to get some more salvias. I've got the hot lips. I think that's what it's called. Is it hot lips? I keep getting it wrong because I can't remember. My brain just, I'm like, oh yeah, of course it is. And then I'm like, what is it? When I was in the garden centre with my mum, I told her what I wanted to look for, and I didn't have the actual name, the salvias. And I said, you know, those plants we've got one each. And they grow rapid, and the bumblebees love them, and they've got a nice smell to them. And I think it's like hot lips or something. And so she was like, oh yeah, salvias. She knows. She's my go-to. Honestly, probably my favourite day out is when me and my mum go to the garden centre, because we're like two children really excited at Christmas time. So I got a Salvia nemerosa, Caradonna pink, and I got a Salvia X sylvestris Mainact. Yeah, that's my pronunciations there for you. One's pink, one's purple. There we go. So yeah, planting those. I was really hesitant about putting them by the fence because, as you know, in previous videos, and I've talked about my garden, and I've been in the garden pottering around like a little old lady, I get a lot of bindweed and bramble on that side. And I was really dubious. Sat down for a cup of tea because I needed it. I was so hot, my back was killing me. And then I found these little bunny tails in this pot, and I thought, bunny tails are still growing. I'm going to put you in the ground, my little sunshine. So I took that down and thought, right, you're going to go right next to this something tangerine. Yes, you are. But I did put the salvias on that side of the fence I've cleared it all, and I'm going to do the old vinegar trick that I've been told, and I will at some point do a video where all the tips you've ever given me, I'm going to do them all in a combined video and just be like, look at this, look what you people have taught me, because honestly I've learned so much. I really have. I do forget a lot, but I have learned a lot. But I've put them down there. One's by the pear tree and the other one is by the new fence I've put up. I say it's new. It's a fence that we had and I ripped it down. I painted it and I put it up. You can see it there standing up right in the background. Yes. Oh, the difference it's made. It looks so nice. I feel like everything's got a purpose now, rather than just like a tripping hazard of absolute chaos and mess and overgrown weeds, because that's just how it's looking. But right now I am digging out a nice little hole to put I think I'm putting the purple one here. The purple one. And yeah, hopefully it's going to grow as rapid as the hot lips. I'm hopeful, because they're really durable. Like, if you don't know much about gardening, like myself, and you want something that's just going to really grow and easy, not going to have any problems, definitely get yourself some salvias, because they are amazing. What was I going to say? I can't remember. It's gone out my head. Traffic lights. Traffic lights. We as pedestrians love the traffic lights. We're grateful for them. We're thankful. You know, gets us across the road nice and safely. But as drivers, they're a pain in the goddamn backside. Like, I'm not even joking. The amount of traffic lights. I spend more time on the brake than I do the accelerator when I'm driving around the town. Honestly, it's ridiculous. So this morning I had a appointment at the spinal clinic because of this horrible pins and needles things that I get with my left arm and my hand, and the weakness and the strange like electric buzzing feeling I've got in my shoulder blade. So I went down there. Yeah, I was in there. I was 5 minutes late, but they were quite happy because they were running late themselves. But anyway, so I'm in there and he's like, oh, you know, do all these tests on me, move my arms around, you know, resist the old you know, hand flexes and whatnot. Had all my reflexes tested, and then he goes, you're right to just take your t-shirt off, and then I can see about raising your arms and stuff. Anyway, everything was okay, even though it didn't feel too great, but there was one move he did, or he told me to do, and that was to look at it, look at my little salvia, my bunny tails, yes, is I had to put my arms like either side of me, like the old 90s Barbies. And then I had to lean my head to the right and stretch out my left arm. Oh my gosh. The pins and needles and the strange sort of staticky sensations I was getting down my arm and my fingers was really weird. And I was like, oh, I feel it. And he was like, okay. So he basically said, I don't have a damaged nerve. I don't have a pinched nerve. I have an angry nerve. It's angry and it needs soothing back. So he's booked me in for physio. So that's what I'm going to be having. It's a bit of physio just to try and help it out. But I'll take it. If it helps, I'll take it. Because at the moment, my amitriptyline is, it helps. But I don't really particularly want to be taking those every night for the rest of my life. And I don't always have successful mornings with them. So to be honest, it would be nice. Because this feeling that I've got, if you was to touch like a live plug, yeah, I'm sure we've done it in like science lessons and stuff. You touch it and it gives you that electricity feeling pulsing for your fingertip. That's what I've got in my shoulder blade 24/7. And sometimes it makes me feel physically sick. And I constantly feel like I'm being pressed down. But yeah, so that is that. Thankfully, he doesn't feel I need like injections or surgery or anything like that. But he said if the physio doesn't help, then I have to go and have a scan. Yeah, there you go. There's some ailments for you. I'm sharing me ailments. But scattered about the garden, I've got all these various little spots of where I've been pulling up weeds and bramble and whatnot, and I haven't bagged it up. I've left it to go crisp in the sun. So I just go around with back blade liner and start picking up all the little spots that I've been pulling up, and it's looking so much clearer. I'm really chuffed. Look at Nala. I moved the cat tower out in the garden so they can enjoy the sunshine a bit more, because they weren't really using it inside. And yeah, can't get Nala out of it. She's in that hammock all the time now, swinging about. Sometimes she sits on the top and just peers through the pergola beams like she's spying on everyone. It's really funny. It's like, you can't see me, but we can see her. She's clearly there. She's a fat cat. All of this is the green plastic sheeting that was around the summer house before the cladding went up, and it's just collected in a little pile. I don't know why it's been brought up here, but I'm bagging it up ready for the tip. You want to see the amount of bags that I accumulate at the end of this video for the tip. My car is going to be like, good grief, Gabby, how much more? But yeah, I look forward to going to the tip because it's a nice feeling when you just empty it all out and be like, yes, you're gone. Everywhere I go, there's just lawnmowers going off. Lawnmowers, people drilling. Yeah, everyone's getting out there, sorting their gardens out. I love it. Everyone's getting it all nice and ready for the summer. Do you know, I was thinking about this because when I was on top of the summer house looking for Panza, speak of the devil, she's walking up to me now. I was looking around, nosying in people's gardens, as you do. You're up there and you can see for miles. So I was having a little look, and I've noticed that a lot of... Hello, Pan. A lot of gardens are going for that modern look. And I just noticed that tree stump there looks like it's got a grumpy face on it with a sticky out nose. That looks really funny. Never noticed that before. I'm never going to unsee that now. But yeah, I'm not against modern gardens. You know, I think when I'm in one, I'm like, this is nice. It's relaxing. It's very well kept. It's very tidy. But I couldn't choose that for myself. I like a kind of... My dream is for my garden to be like a nice, whimsical, absolute, colourful, a bit overgrown, you know, cottagey type garden. I want archways. I'm building my own archways. I'm not buying them because they're flimsy as hell and they just don't last. So I'm going to build my own with things growing up them and cosy little corners where you can sit and just, yeah, read a book or whatever. So me, I'll be sitting in the garden, beautiful day, surrounded by flowers, you know, reading my book. And people think, oh, she's probably reading Jane Austen or something like that, living in the moment, feeling all, you know, at one. But no, I'm there reading serial killers. They're my favourite books. Oh, I love a good serial killer book. I love them. I still say my favourite books to date has got to be, oh God, I think it's called Shut Eye and Eeny Meeny. Oh, I love them. Yeah, they're my favourites. So that chest there is for the cats and it's all overgrown with weeds and bless their hearts, it's like a battlefield for them to get in. So I thought I'd clear it all out of the way. One, it's going to look a bit tidier. And two, I really want to get rid of as many weeds in this garden as I can. And three, I want them to be able to get in and out. And they've been using it because there's nice little curl up marks in there in the hay of where they've been going in there, hiding away in the hay. Bless them. That little Rosa, I say little, so he's a beast, is doing really well this year. But he keeps flapping in front of the camera like, here I am. Look at it. I need to get some bamboo sticks and start training my roses because they're feral is what they are. They're just, can you hear that? Can you hear my little pan? Yes. They're just growing wherever it is they want to grow. They don't care. They're like, if I want to grow over there, I will. And I'm like, no. So I need to get some bamboo sticks. I'm desperate to go back to the garden centre. Like, it's heaven in there. And they had a really gorgeous... I don't know why she's meowing at me because I've given... I know what she's meowing at me for. And she wants me to follow her. So basically, Panza keeps finding the, like, garden snake things. You know what they're... You know, those big, silver, thick... They look like snakes. And they're about, I don't know, the length of your elbow to your hand. She keeps finding them and killing them. And then she'll call you down the garden to witness what she's caught because she's very excited about it. And but she loses them. She can't find what she's done with them, so she takes you down the garden to try and find her garden snakes. Like, you've got to find. And it's making me feel physically sick. I'm like, I really don't want to be doing this. I don't want to do this. But she does. She'll take you all the way down there, and then she does this really sad, sorry little meow, like, I can't find my snake. And I'm like, I've never had this with any other cat. So I don't know what goes through her head. Look at this rose. It smells absolutely beautiful. And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm going around all my rose bushes and I'm cutting off all the dead stems because it's just not going to grow, you know. They're gone. They've had it. They've had their day. So I'm just trimming them off and getting rid of all the dead bits and then cutting it slightly at an angle and hoping that it will just encourage it to grow a little bit better and come a bit more back to life. But the roses I've got on here at the moment smell gorgeous. I do love roses. If I could have roses everywhere, I would, like literally just a whole rose garden of every rose there is under the sun, as long as it's got a nice scent, strong scent. Yeah, there's nothing like burying your nose right into a rose. There we go. It's quite funny because my eldest son came out and he said something about the centre of the flower is like the genitalia. And he said that he learned, I don't know if he learned it in school or something. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, so basically when you're shoving your nose in there, you're sniffing the genitalia of that flower. And I'm like, that's really grim. That's really grim. I'm like, oh, you smell nice. Yeah, sniff you all day. But what could be flower genitalia? Is it? I'm going to Google it when I've done my voiceover and just see. Just see. The wheelbarrow has come in absolute handy. Like, I always thought, we don't need a wheelbarrow. No! Why would we buy one? They're flipping expensive, and we've got a small garden. It's not like we've got flipping miles to walk, but no, so handy. Like, I'm just chucking all the cuttings. This is a buddleia, and it's beautiful purple flowers. I'm really, really, really excited to see them, because every year, do you know what? I'm going to say it. Everything in this garden that you can see, everything from the grass, the trees, the roses, everything is what we've planted, well, myself, from seed. It's either seed or a stem, and look at it. I feel so chuffed, because when we moved in here 11 years ago, the garden was just mud, complete mud. There was nothing. There was no pathways, there was no little bedding spots, nothing. It was all soil, and it sloped downhill. So to see how far it's come, it's just really, really, it's so nice to see. But this buddleia is only a couple of years old, and it grows rapid. Like, whoo, it's just, yeah, it's insane how much it grows. I mean, to be fair, I could have grown that next to the pergola and it'd be up the house on the roof by now. It's insane. But the weeds just keep on coming, and I really need to make up that mixture, because around the trampoline area, I really don't want this trampoline in the garden, but you know, I've got kids, so it's got to be done. And you can't, the kids without a trampoline in the summer is a nightmare. One thing I do regret though, and I say regret, it's weird. So as my kids are getting older, I'm starting to think, you know, gosh, all these little kids coming out of school, you know, they're little. I'm talking like 4 or 5, and they just look so cute. And I'm like, I miss my kids being that young. I'm not saying that I'm not happy right now, but when I look back and think, gosh, if I could just see Oscar, he's nearly 15. If I could just see Oscar that age again, with his little eye patch on, because he had problems with his eyes. He had to have a sticker, plaster thing over his eye, and then glasses on top to help correct his eyes. And he just looked so cute with his little baby teeth and his school jumper, running around with his little popcorn chicken head. Oh, all my boys had popcorn chicken heads when they were younger. Yep, that's what I used to call them, popcorn chicken heads. And yeah, the time goes so fast, and just like, when people say, honestly, cherish every moment, because before you know it, they've grown up and they've left. I feel like, even though mine haven't, I feel like I'm at that point, and I'm not. It's really weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it made me feel really, really sad. Like, I've got teenagers now that are roaming the house like, oh, and they swear at each other. You know, they call each other P-R-I-C-K. And then one walks in the room and they go, oh, what are you doing? Or, he's done this, he's done that. And it's just grunting and moaning. But it is, you know, it's all swings around about, because the next minute they're all like, love you, mum. And they're all really sweet. And they send me messages and they tell me about their day. And I'm like, oh, so sweet. But yeah, they're not kids forever, are they? They grow up pretty quick, and it's just really, really sad. One day I'm going to be an old woman and hopefully have grandkids, and I can just squeeze them, and I can call them my popcorn chicken heads. Yes. Can you imagine when they come around to see me? They'll be like, oh, you're going to go and see Granny Gabby. Yes, Granny Gabby. That's what I'm going to be one day. Yeah, I look forward to it. I'm hoping, though, before they do start popping out little boys or girls, I can do a bit of travelling. That's what I want to do. I want to travel. God, I'm ranting away, rambling on. But yeah, I would like to do some travelling around the world when the kids have grown up, and I can just be like, do you know what? I'm just going to go and do some things that I really want to do that I haven't done with my life before the grandkids come. Because when the grandkids come, I want to be there. I want to be hands-on. If they need looking after, I'm there. Yeah, that's what I want. There's so much wood here. So Nick made a pile in the middle of the garden, and he set like a little fire pit up that he just wants to burn. And I'm like, do you know what? I don't want to be dealing with that. All this wood he wants to burn. I'm like, no, I'm just going to take it to the tip. So I'm loading up the old wheelbarrow so I can wheel it out to the car. I'm not doing a tip in this one, but I will do. And I can just take it straight there. So I'm going in here, get some tools. Yes. No, I'm getting the lawnmower. Yes, lawnmower's coming out to play. So I was all set to cut the grass. And then I looked and I thought, you know what? I've got an idea. I can't remember what I was saying because Alex just came in to have some biscuits and fart in my face. But I had an idea where I was going to take this fence. It was going to go to the tip. It's flipping heavy. I thought, no, I could do a nice little... I could extend the patio by the barbecue and I can put a fence up here and paint it brown. I can't remember what brown it is. Harvest brown, I think it's called. And so right now I'm digging out a hole so I can put the beam down in there. It needs to be like cemented in or something. But I don't have the willpower for that right now, and I don't know how to mix cement. I'd have to ask Nick because he's done it loads. So for now, I'm just wedging it in with all the mud, and then I'm going to get some of the gravel stuff that we've got in that big sack where I saw the toad. Yes. I also need to get another bit of wood, which I'm doing at the moment, so that I can screw it to the fence and yeah, have it sturdy. Yes, so here I go. I tried numerous times with different beams of wood that you can see there, and it just wouldn't go. It wouldn't attach. It was refusing. So in the end, I went for this one, and it worked, and I'm very happy. But all I could smell was cat poo. I was like, what is that smell? My nostrils literally burning with the smell of hot, in the sun, cooking cat poo. I was like, where the hell is it? Where is it? I've already been around this garden having a good hunt, and mine don't normally poop in the garden because cats don't normally poop in their own garden. They normally go to someone else's, which I'm quite happy about. I'm like, go on, off you go. Over the fence, have your poop and come back. But no, someone decided, I'm going to poop right here because she's doing the fence. I think they did it on purpose. And then I tried in it and found it. So, yeah, that was very, very nice. But I'm pulling up I have got some flowers down here, but I can't distinguish what's flower and what's weed anymore because it's become an absolute sight. So I'm just pulling them all up. And I'm only going to go up to my lavender because I'm not touching my lavender. I've got 2 slabs here which are heavy beyond belief, and I'm going to put some stuff down underneath, level them out, and have an extended patio area right by the barbecue. So the barbecue is going to be builded. It's going to be built. It's going to be extended further towards the fence, so it's like a double one, and it would just fit nicely. But my brain is like going mad at the moment. I'm like, I'm going to build my little archway in that area against the fence, and I'm going to get a nice little bench in there or something with some cushions. I want to get a hammock. Yeah, it's all going on in my head. So at the moment, I'm just collecting up all the gritty sand, builder's sand and grit. I think it's what Nick used to make the cement. I don't know. But I'm just, yeah, and then I get a bit of wood to try and level it out because the rake is in top of the summer house at the moment, and I don't know why. And in fact, the rake probably wouldn't have been the best job. This plank of wood was doing just fine. It was getting it nice and smooth, nice and flat, ready for the old hexagon. It is hexagon, isn't it? They're hexagon shaped. I'm not very good with my shapes. If it's circle and square, I know what I'm talking about. Anything else, I'm like, don't know. Could be anything. I need to start watching CBeebies. You know, I am a shape, and I could learn my shapes because I'm not even joking when I say that. I generally don't know what my shapes are unless it's circle and square or a triangle. Then we're on board. We're all good to go. But it's coming out nice. Yes, I'm feeling very happy with it. This was extremely hard work, and those slabs, as I said, are really heavy. So I decided to use the fork to nudge them into place, and it worked. I was so happy. I was like, yes. And then I just filled it up with some more and levelled it out, and it's looking nice. So out came the paint. The harvest brown is going on top of that green, and it's going to look very, very nice. Very nice. I didn't film all of painting this because my eldest son came out and he helped me. He did one side and I did the other. So I didn't film all of it, but I painted this and then I went over and did a second coat and it came out beautiful. And I'm really, really pleased with it. Chase was rolling around in the grass over there, quite happy with himself. Yes. Yeah, look at that. What I did is, you can't see it in this shot, but you'll see it in a minute, is I got a thin bit of wood, like a sheet of it, and I just slid it down between the flowers and the fence, and then I pulled back so that I didn't get the flowers painted, because that rose bush there on the other side of that fence is prickly as hell. Like it latches onto you like a flipping snake and it don't let you go. It really hurts. So I was like, no, I put a bit of boards, that's what it is. I put a bit of boards there and I leaned it back and was able to get in there and paint. I should have painted the fence before I put it up, but I didn't think of that. I was just like, get it up and let's see if it was fit, because I don't want to paint it for it to not work. And then I'm doing the good thing. I'm actually rinsing out the paintbrushes, which is a very rarity for me because I'm terrible at doing that. And then it was time to, yes, cut that grass. Cut it. I could have got guinea pigs out, to be fair. They could have done the whole grass for me, but it's too hot for them. I can't have them out when it's too hot. They don't like it. And I have to wait for the evening so that they can have that nice cool breeze and just relax out there. Yeah, my little winkers. God love them. So just going around picking up all the bits off the grass, getting it out of the way, like thick stones and anything that's been chucked, bits of like plastic or normally a Hot Wheel. It's guaranteed you'll find a Hot Wheel or a Lego figure out there every time. My garden is so dry. We need rain. I know this is crazy, but we need rain badly. I mean, I need to get the old hose out and just hose over the grass, hose over all the flowers. Not the roses though. The roses only have rose-fed water unless it's rain. But it's like a flipping desert out there. It is all dusting up. So Nick is going to be going, I don't know where I was, I lost myself. Nick is going to be going out on bike night tonight because it is bike night tonight. And I'm going to be taking Sam down to Hobbycraft because he builds tanks. He builds the tanks and our warplanes and stuff. And there's one in particular he wants to get some, it's a Panzer or something. Or is it a Tiger? I can't remember. One of them. And so, yeah, we're going to be going down there. And then I'm going to cook a spaghetti bolognese and a chili con carne, which I can't wait for. And I'm going to watch some more Walking Dead. Oh, my goodness me. It's got so good. Oh, for those of you that have watched it, you'll know the scene just by me saying this. It was literally, I literally leaped out of my seat and I was on my knees on the front floor with excitement because I thought I was going to wet myself with the excitement. Is Alexandria will not fall today. And I was like, yes, yes. And Shiva, she comes flying in. Oh, I loved it. I could have watched it all over and over again. Honestly, I don't know what I do with my life when it comes to an end. I really don't. But what was I going to say? It's gone out of my head. Bananas. That's it. Bananas. I'm also going to go and get some bananas because I want to plant a banana underneath each of my roses. Thank you so much for that tip because I'm really excited. I'm going to have what if they start smelling of bananas? Can you imagine? Can you imagine if you put a banana at the bottom of your rose and then your rose starts smelling of bananas? That would be absolutely awesome. Oh yeah, she'll smell like a nice English rose and then I'm getting a waft of banana. Yes. I'm going to do it. I am. Nick's going to be like, what on earth are you burying bananas at the bottom of your plants? Can you imagine if Chase starts digging them up and he just runs off with a banana in his mouth? That's the sort of thing that he would do. Sometimes when I'm digging in the garden, I find things that he's buried, like an old bonio. I find lots of bonios around the garden. There's particular spots. One time my mum came round with her dog and her dog buried a bonio in the garden. We were watching him do it and it's like, bless his heart. So he was burying it. And then the second she left with her dog, Chase went running to that spot because he watched him do it as well. He went running to that spot, dug it up and then took it and buried it in his own little spot. I was like, you thieving dog. You've just thieved your best friend's bonio. Look at that. A little bit of an extension. Cleaned it all up, got rid of the weeds. And it looks much, much better. I want to get some purple and some orange bush flowers to grow next to that fence. Yes, hello, I'm there. But look at the difference. Got rid of that green. That fence on the back there, that's already colour. I am going to be painting over that soon, but I need to get another tub because I'm literally touching the bottom of the paint tub now. And it's done well. It's done the whole pergola. It's done the gate. It's done the side fence. And it's just done that fence as well. So it's done really, really well. I'm just watering the roses now with the rose feed so that they can enjoy some nice refreshing drink, which looks like watery Coca-Cola. Yes. I think my watering can's leaking because I left it on the side and I noticed a trail coming off it. I did. So I'm going to have to invest in another watering can, which is just another excuse to go to the garden centre. I mean, I'll take any excuse to go to the garden centre. But there we go, give them a nice little watering over. Yes, look at it now. Look at it. Ignore the barbecue. I can't be bothered to clean that up. I can't be bothered. Look at the rest of it. Feast your eyes on that. This is what Nick gets when he comes home from work. I'm not joking. This is what he gets. I go, Nick, come see what I've built. Come see what I've done. And then he comes out and says, look, and I'm like, look at it. Look at it. No bramble down there. Well, there's a little bit. Just by the pot at the end. All that wood is going to be going to the tip. I've got a nice set of flowers going on in there, looking all nice and pretty. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And all this is for the tip. These are bags of garden waste. I can't wait to get to the tip and empty them bags out. It's going to be so satisfying. Because you can't put them in there with the black bags. You have to empty them. But yeah, it's coming along nicely, bit by bit. I've got so much more to do and I can't wait to share it all with you. If you are a member, thank you so much for being here. You've seen it before anyone else. And for everybody else, thank you so much for being here. I love you all loads. And I will see you, mighty fine people, in my next video. I'm thinking of doing a little house scrub. Yeah, a really soapy, scrubby one. I will see you all then.